Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Give me a moment. I was trying to send you the PPTs.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
It's loading. Mm, I'll log in from my computer also. Cha- Okay, they are huge files. It will take some time for it to load. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
let it load. We'll start our class. I my phone was switched off. I didn't see your message also. I saw it only at 11:30.
Ma'am, what?
I didn't see your message asking like you can start the class by 10:30 or not. I was sleeping.
Oh, ma'am, today is such a hectic day.
Why?
See, I woke up at 5,
Mm,
5:30. Then 6 to 8, I had chemistry classes at home.
mm,
And then again from 9 to 11, I was supposed to have physics JE class.
mm,
But that was cancelled. So I had
mm.
to write math test for 2 hours. Then 11 to 12:30 chemistry JE.
Okay.
Now got over.
Mm,
Now your class till 2. Then I'll eat lunch.
mm,
Then 2:45 to 5 o'clock, I have to write chemistry test for 2.5 hours.
mm.
Then 5 to 6:30 chemistry JE class.
Jijo. It is a
Then,
typical NEET students schedule, no problem.
yeah, then 6:30 to 7:45, I'll write practical record because I have school and all.
Mm.
Oh, ma'am, school is there every day, it seems, till 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. So when will you reach home?
See, I am free. I'll come home and then immediately I'll have this physics class from 1 to 2:30. Only
Mm.
for like 2 weeks I'll have that in that time. After that, it will change off to night time. But then after that, then I'm free from 2:30 to 3:30.
Oh, we can have at that time then.
Yeah.
Because I can't take in the evening. Like sometimes I have some other, like commitment in the evening, then I have to miss your class, which I don't want to.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah. Um,
Ma'am, or if you can take early morning 5 to 6 also, okay, fine.
Thank you. I sleep early at that time.
You can like sleep off at 6.
No, thank you. I can't do my best that time. I'm not able to log in. Yes, yes. So, did you get your get my message, or is it still loading? It's still loading. Cool.
Same link I got, ma'am.
Just a second. I'll share it from my phone itself today. Where is it? Till when do you have school like this?
Ma'am, till practical, till Feb 27th.
Okay.
After that, there is no need for school only.
Like,
Like then again, but the thing is from March 1st to March 15th, I think I'll have board practical exam. So for that, I
okay.
have to go.
Yeah. So before that, I need to take a lot of extra classes and finish out your portion.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 12th, my tutor started NEET also because he finished NCRT and test and all.
Mm.
So first he's doing, like every week I decided I'll revise like one unit.
Mm.
And then I'll write like test for like CBSE wise and one NEET wise for 12th. So this week I'm doing last ecosystem unit.
Mm.
So this week, tomorrow he told he'll do NEET for those two chapters, population, like that unit entirely. Not only that, that biodiversity, ecosystem, all of that is there. No,
Mm.
that unit, and then next week I'll do the human health disease that unit. Like that
Okay.
each week one unit. So by March, he told by March middle I'll be like good with 12th grade NEET
Okay.
biology. So 11th
Yeah.
grade after that, yeah. By the time I think we'll also be done with like 7, 8 chapters.
No, you should be done almost with every chapter then. That's why I'm saying I want to finish it out before your boards so that after your boards we can focus on practicing more and more of questions. I don't
Oh,
need to
board
sit.
practicals or board exam, ma'am? Board practical is like next month, in March.
Not board practicals, board exam.
Oh,
When you're preparing for your board exam, it might be a little difficult for you to prepare 11th portion. So I don't want you to do like that. I want you to learn all the concepts, revise them, and keep it before your boards, so that as soon as your boards is over, you should not waste time on theory. You should be able to like start answering questions. So the last, like say, if you after your boards, if you have like 1 or 2 months, that should be completely devoted for questions practice only. You should write back to back mock test, but no more theory then. Got
hmm.
it?
Ma'am, but we'll only have 1 month, no, ma'am.
Yes, that 1 month. That is why I'm saying we have only 1 month means you have to make sure that you're supposed to practice questions, not sit and study theory.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
like
Even physics, I'm
so
starting from
for that,
tomorrow.
what you have to do is like you should not forget whatever you're learning like at this point of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't think that okay, I will you tend to sometimes think no. Later on, I will study all these things. It's all very easy. I'll study later on. But you will not get time to study later on, and it will be too much of information, and you will find it very difficult to remember everything at one go. So don't do that mistake, okay? That's where everyone goes wrong, and that is why many students are not able to score well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if you have an high aim, don't do that. Give me a second. Okay, I have logged it. Okay, this is not the host account. Let me make myself the host. What did we do last class? Don't
Biomolecules.
tell me when I ask what did we do last class, the chapter's name, okay?
Ma'am, like we did, but ma'am, oh, like that you're telling.
Oh, like that I'm telling.
Oh.
Mm.
I was again going to say, yeah, ma'am. So we did biomolecules.
Um, Tell me, what did we do?
Uh, Wait, last class, carbohydrates, no, we did proteins.
Now you're opening your
Protein.
textbook.
We did proteins.
What did proteins did we do?
First, we did essential, non-essential.
Okay, that is proteins classification, huh?
No, that is classification of amino acid.
Okay, then.
Essential, non-essential.
Mm,
Essential is we need to get from food. Non-essential is our body can synthesize it.
okay. Okay.
And then
Now,
we learned,
tell me the structures of the protein.
ma'am, if it's connected to H, it is serine. No, no, no. If it is connected, you see, protein, it's carbon atom, one side carboxylic acid, another side hydrogen, another side amine group.
That is amino structure.
Amino acid. So on one side, if it's H, it's glycine. If it's CH2OH, it is serine. If it
Mm.
is just CH3, it is
Mm.
alanine.
But what was my question?
And then we learn primary protein, secondary structure protein, tertiary structure protein, and quaternary structure protein.
So what is the difference between all these structures and tell the different bonds that are present in these structures?
In primary, I know peptide bond is there.
Okay, then.
In secondary, some alpha.
Alpha what?
What is this? What is that? I forgot that word. It starts with H.
I'm not
Oh,
telling.
ma'am, what is that word, ma'am? It starts with H.
Why should I say?
DNA helical helix.
Alpha helix and beta pleated.
Beta pleated is there
Okay.
in secondary proteins.
I'm asking what are the bonds that are formed
Oh, the bond is a peptide bond,
in the case of
primary.
then
In secondary, also peptide bond.
then one more bond is there, no? That only results in the formation of this alpha helix and
Alpha,
beta.
beta. Oh,
What is that bond? I told you also this is important, don't forget me.
I'm telling which letter it starts with.
It also starts with H only.
H.
Mm.
Not glycosidic, not a phosphodiester because that doesn't start with H. Then hydrogen bond.
Yeah, hydrogen bond, correct.
Oh, oh.
I told you also. I showed you the.
Yeah, hydrogen bond. Got it.
I showed you with the wire, like how they fold and.
Yeah, the coil.
Yeah. So if there are two consecutive amino acids, they'll form peptide bond. Now
Hmm.
what will happen is this amino acid with some other amino acid in the chain will form a
Hydrogen bond.
hydrogen bond. So that time they
Hydrogen
will
bond.
fold.
And then in tertiary,
Tertiary structure, you will start having some bonds called as ionic bonds.
hmm.
Okay. So the bonds are supposed to be like in your head.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then we
And
learned, I think, did we learn nucleic acid?
yeah,
Ah,
we
we did.
finished nucleic acid long time back. In last
Oh,
class,
yeah,
we
yeah,
learned
yeah, I
only
remember.
about protein structure and amino
So
acids.
carbohydrate, protein, nucleic acid, lipids, we finished. Something we were about to start, no, and then we like
We
don't
are
know.
here to start types of proteins. What
Oh,
we learned was types of amino acids. It's a difference is there. That's amino acid. Now we are going to see types of proteins.
I thought we're done with proteins.
Yeah. So when I ask you types of proteins, don't tell me essential, non-essential, and all. Okay, that's wrong. That's not
Primary,
amino acid.
secondary, tertiary, quaternary.
That is the structure of protein.
Oh,
Out of that four structure, which is the functional one?
primary.
Primary is functional protein,
No,
huh?
tertiary,
And quaternary also.
quaternary also.
Give me the examples of those that are having a quaternary structure, proteins with quaternary structure.
Blood.
Blood is a protein.
No, hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin, what is having?
Globin.
I told you one more example. What was that?
Ah,
Uh-huh. I told you myoglobin.
oh yeah, myoglobin.
Then, which is a non-functional structure.
Primary, secondary.
Okay. Now we'll come to the types of proteins that are available. Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Hmm.
So you can classify proteins based on their structure, based on their function, and based on their composition.
Hmm.
Okay. So we'll see first based on their composition how we can classify. So simple and conjugated. Now again, the concept is the same.
Hmm.
Simple means it's made up of only proteins.
Only one type of amino acid.
No. That is different. That is homopolymer.
Hmm.
This is heteropolymer, homopolymer is different. I'm talking about just the proteins.
Hmm.
When I say simple, they are only made up of proteins, nothing else. But when I say conjugated, that means it's mixed with some other group. Okay, just like how we saw compound lipids, simple
Hmm.
lipids and compound lipids. Remember,
Yes, ma'am.
same concept is where you are also in conjugated. Okay, so when you talk about simple, as I said, it's just proteins. That
Hmm.
means what? It is having only amino acids.
Hmm.
It can be same amino acid or different amino acid. That
Hmm.
doesn't matter. Okay, but like for example, collagen. What is the specialty of collagen?
Collagen. No. It
Your
is found
facts
on
also last
skin.
time.
It is found on skin.
No, I mean I gave you an example last time.
What? Oh, we are asking which type of protein it is, or
No, I'm telling like there was a question also I told generally will be asked about collagen. What was it?
you ask the question, I'll tell you the answer.
Hey, they won't answer no already.
Oh, correct.
I told you the most abundant protein in your
In
body
your body is collagen.
and in the biosphere is
It is the other protein.
what is it?
Give options, like neat question. I'll tell you correctly.
No options.
Give any three, five, two
You will
options.
know the answer if I tell you the options. There's no point.
That
What
word
do
is
you
not
answer?
coming to my word, but it's embedded in my head.
Tell me what is this?
Tell the starting letter.
R.
Rubisco.
Ah. Okay. So myosin, insulin, keratin, all these are proteins, and they are proteins means they are not mixed with something else. They already have amino acids in them.
Ma'am, 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
No, ma'am. My dad called because I had to buy books. So for that he called.
Okay. Uh, okay. So, yes, see, all these things are made up of just different types of amino acids. It's not made up of any other
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
other than amino acids.
Ma'am,
That's why we call them
I
as
can't
simple
hear
proteins.
you that clearly. Like your volume is very less.
Just a second.
Ah, yeah, now I can hear you. Auntie, ಅದು curtain close ಮಾಡಿ. Ah. Ma'am, I can't hear you. Oh.
So, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Auntie,
Hey,
door
can you
close
hear
ಮಾಡಿ.
me?
Yes, ma'am. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, I got a call that this thing got cut. Oh. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry. Okay. So coming back. So when I say conjugated protein, there will be one more extra group that is added. So I hope you know. We say prosthetic. Have you heard of this term?
Yes, ma'am. Prosthetic leg.
Yes. So something that you add
Hmm.
separately, which does not belong to it, okay, and it is
Hmm.
artificially like it is a not an organic compound. We generally tend to use the word prosthetic.
Hmm.
Okay. So when it comes to biomolecules also, this term has a similar meaning. Okay, so any other group other than which is not a protein, I am adding it with protein now. I can call that.
Then you will get it as a conjugated protein.
Yes, and the non-part protein part that I'm adding is called as a prosthetic group. Okay, so again you will see this term when we study about enzymes.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that clear?
Hmm.
Okay. Now, okay. So for example, like how we had phospholipids.
Oacasin.
Yes. Same way phosphoproteins.
Hmm.
Okay. So casein is a mixture of protein and a phosphorus group.
It's in milk. Yes.
Yes. And that's why like we don't have that enzyme to digest casein, but kids have.
Oh yeah.
That's called renin.
Renin. Yeah. We have it, but it's inactive.
We don't have like it doesn't work on us. That's it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same way glycoprotein. Glycoprotein is protein plus carbohydrates.
Oh.
Okay, wow. And then there is nucleoprotein.
Nucleic acid plus protein.
Yes, nucleic acid plus protein.
All easy thing.
Okay. Proteins plus lipids. You can see them in blood. Chromoproteins is proteins plus pigment.
Carotenoids.
Yes. Metalloprotein is proteins plus metal. Example, hemoglobin.
Iron.
Yes, iron and globin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Prosthetic group. So these are all examples of conjugated proteins. So I hope you understood. So based on what they are made up of, we can classify them into two types. What are they?
Simple conjugated.
Simple conjugate. Easy to understand. Now based on their shape and structure, you can classify them as fibrous or globular.
Fibrous is law. Yeah. Fibrous, like fibrous roots only.
Correct. Something like a long fibrous structure, then it is fibrous. Okay. Whereas when, like for example, keratin, collagen, all these are fibrous in nature.
Hmm.
You will have long thread-like structures in them if you see.
Hmm.
Okay. And when you talk about globular, globular is basically round in shape.
Like an embryo, it is there. No, globular embryo, heart-shaped embryo.
Something similar to your hemoglobin is also almost circular, right? All the four chains together. Yes or no? Huh. So,
Oh,
yes.
egg. Ovalbumin.
Yeah. So, yes. So we have like based on the shape, two types, fibrous and globular. So
Globular.
open your textbook in structural organization.
Ma'am?
In structural organization,
Hmm.
you will see like a lot of tissues. Okay, like bone.
Epithelial tissue.
Yeah. In all those things, you will find a thread-like fibrous protein.
Hmm.
So that fibrous protein is actually a protein.
Hmm.
Okay. Then next is based on function. Okay. So there are a lot of functions. Yeah, that's the reason why proteins are considered to be like the most abundant biomolecule that is there in our body.
Hmm.
Okay. So you have structural, like for example, collagen, all these things are structural in nature.
Hmm.
Keratin, these are proteins which gives your hair structure, skin structure. Okay. Then when you talk about contractile means helps in contraction. That is actin and myosin. Okay. So like that, catalytic means enzymes. Almost all your enzymes are protein.
Enzymes.
Yes. So like this, we have different types of protein. So first, when we talk about structural, as I said, elastin, keratin, collagen. Okay. All that you need to remember is
Collagen bone.
Is it clear? There is nothing to understand. There's no conceptual thing involved here. It's for you to remember. So contractile, as I said, actin and myosin. Where are you listening to or looking
Surely,
to?
ma'am. I'm looking
Uh,
at down screen.
nutrient is casein and whey.
Where nutrient is casein and whey, structural is collagen, keratin, and
Elastin.
elastin. And then muscle is actin, myosin.
Correct. Contractile is
Whey
the
protein is there, no? They give no.
which one?
Whey protein. They is like they
Whey
sell it.
protein
No.
given like all these gym people generally who's building their masses will have.
I eat. But I eat chumma.
Nice. Okay. So other than that, insulin and glucagon, these are also proteins.
Oh yeah. What
They're
is angiotensin?
yeah. Angiotensin, you will learn it when you are learning about excretory system.
What, ma'am?
When you are learning about
Oh,
excretory
excretory
system,
system.
yeah, you will learn about angiotensin. So it is involved in the blood pressure regulation.
Hmm.
Okay, and yeah, it is one of the angiotensin is released by lungs and all. So that process we will learn when we are learning excretory chapter. Okay. So yes, defense is antibodies. Your antibodies are also nothing but proteins.
Hmm.
Long chain of proteins. I think you would have studied it in human health and diseases. The
Hmm.
white chain.
Oh yeah, Y chain. Two
That
H2L2
uh,
disulfide bridges. They're combined by antigen binding site epitope is there in corners.
what is that actually? That is basically protein.
Ah,
Yeah.
it is
So
antigens are always protein. Antibodies can be sorry, antigens are can be protein or anything, but antibodies are always protein.
yeah. Then transport is hemoglobin. It helps
Hmm.
in the transportation of
Hmm.
all the gases, which we learned already. Catalytic is your enzymes. Okay.
Platinum,
Yeah.
trypsin.
It can be either
No, why
enough.
is platinum black in color, ma'am? Isn't platinum supposed to be like full shiny, shiny?
That is after it gets polished and all those things. No?
Oh,
You take it out of the mine and then you clean it and you polish it.
gold, but gold is usually gold in color, no?
Yeah. That is also covered with some sort of core.
Yeah, then they melt it and all, and then they make it into
So now there's an introduction about what are enzymes. So enzymes are basically biological catalysts. They'll
hmm,
increase the rate of the reaction.
reaction without affecting the reaction, without like getting involved in the reaction.
Correct, yes. So the only thing that they do is that they will mingle with the substrate, form a
Hmm,
temporary complex, and then give rise to products. That is their function. So
hmm.
how this binding happens, that we will learn later on. That is also there in this chapter.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So we are almost about to end this chapter. There's only one more session. Then we are done with biomolecules also. Okay. Yes. So the enzymes are biocatalyst. All enzymes, almost all enzymes are protein except ribosome.
All enzymes are protein except ribosome.
Yes. Okay. Then see, I told you, no, ribosome is made up of RNA.
Hmm.
Okay. This is an exception. Remember it.
Ribosome is the only.
Only protein which is not made up of, sorry, only enzyme which is not made up of protein.
It is made up of RNA.
Yes, it's made up of RNA. Okay. And yes, so as I said, as you said, it is not participating in the reaction or it is not getting consumed in the reaction.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I hate people when they don't do their work properly. It includes my students also. Anyway, okay. So as you see in this image, okay, it's just like a lock and key mechanism. Okay. So like say for example, you take a lock and then you take a key and then you insert the key into the lock
And unlock.
and you unlock it and you can take out the key. Correct?
Hmm.
That's exactly how your
The key doesn't get used up in this thing.
yeah. So here what happens is that the enzymes will have a particular site,
Hmm.
okay, to which this particular substrate will bind.
Hmm.
Now all enzymes are substrate specific.
Hmm.
When
To
I say
that particular this thing only they work.
correct, yes, that's why this is also called as lock and key mechanism, because all the keys will not work for all the locks.
Hmm.
They're specified. No.
Hmm.
Yes, same way, enzymes and substrate, they will like only certain substrate will bind with certain enzymes. Okay,
Hmm.
and this mechanism is actually very like advantageous for us. The reason is because, say, when you are
Hmm.
not well and you're uh, drinking some sort of medicine,
Hmm.
how do you think that medicine is actually working in your body? It's because
It is
it will
binding to this
no,
thing.
no, no, no. Not just binding to the enzyme. Sometimes what it does is it will also like modify the substrate in
Hmm.
such a way that it is not capable enough to bind with the enzyme anymore.
Hmm.
Okay. So that particular whatever drug you're saying, take it. Why? Why? Hello? Hello? Ah, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello? Ah, hello. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, as I said, they're highly specific in action. Okay. The site where the substrate generally binds is called as active site.
Hmm.
So, these are the basic things. So, what is a substrate, by the way?
Ma'am, it is that thing which the enzyme binds to. They are like the reactant, whatever you take on the left hand side of the reaction.
Correct. Yes. So, the substrate is first thing is their enzymes are substrate specific. Second thing is the site at which the
Are
substrate
called
binds.
this thing active site.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Yeah. So let me quickly finish before I get more disturbances. Okay. So this is what I said: lock and key mechanism. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, okay. So this is the basic structure of enzyme, substrate, and active site. Okay.
Hmm.
But we will, as we learn further, we will learn more things.
Hmm.
Okay. So we for now you just remember that this is how it looks, but after some time we will see some modifications to this.
Hmm.
Okay. So see here, what happens is that the substrate will be broken down into products by the enzyme. Okay,
Hmm.
that's the only thing that it does. uh okay, so Rubisco is an enzyme which is involved in photosynthesis.
Hmm.
Okay, and based on the availability, whether it has to act as a carboxylase or an oxygenase, it will vary. But the
Hmm.
name of the enzyme is Rubisco. Sometimes it will act as carboxylase, sometimes it as oxygenase. When we learn about photosynthesis, I'll tell you in detail about what is
Ribulose
this.
biphosphate carboxylase oxygenase.
Yeah, it's ribulose bisphosphate, not biphosphate.
Oh, there's an S. Oh.
Yes, there's an S. Don't make a mistake there. Okay. Now, okay, so these are all different. This one. Okay. So when we talk about catalysts and which are present in our body, we call them as biocatalysts or enzymes. But
Hmm.
there are also catalysts which are actually doing the function of catalyst, but they are not organic, they're inorganic. Example, your platinum, your silencers and all the catalytic converters will be there. No, it will convert the smoke, make
Oh
it
yeah,
less polluted.
less polluted.
That
It
is
is there
actually,
even in chimneys.
yes,
Cottrell electrostatic precipitator.
yes. Okay.
It will
So this
make
is,
the smoke carbon free and sulfur free.
yeah. So this is the fundamental difference between enzymes and inorganic. Enzymes are proteins. Almost all the enzymes are proteins, and inorganic catalysts are metals or
Metal ions
ions.
are complex molecules.
Yes. And another good thing is that these work at high temperature, but your enzymes don't
Yeah,
work
we
at,
know that. That's why those conformers cannot survive.
yeah, which is that enzyme which works at high temperature? You've learnt it.
Ma'am, starting letter.
T.
Thymine. No, sorry, that's not enzyme. Wait.
Taq polymerase.
Oh yeah, Taq polymerase. Oh yeah, because of denaturation of DNA takes place at high temperature, so it works in
Because
polymerase chain reaction. Yeah.
acidophilus bacteria called Thermoaquaticus.
Mm.
It survives. This bacteria survives in hot spring.
Mm.
So yeah. Uh, Now, so enzymes which consist of only amino acids are called as simple enzymes.
And then this thing conjugated.
Now, this is where you need to go. This questions from this area is often asked.
Mm.
Okay, in biomolecules, the most questions is asked towards the end of the chapter. Then I told the different types of amino acid, basic, neutral, the examples that you need to know. These are some important and quite repeated questions.
Mm.
Okay, so now enzymes, if they're just made up of proteins, they're simple enzymes. But there are also conjugated enzymes.
Mm.
Conjugated enzyme means there will be an enzyme part and there will be a non-enzyme, non-protein part. That
Mm.
non-protein part is called as cofactor.
Mm.
And the enzyme part is called as apoenzyme.
Apoenzyme. Okay.
Okay. Together they're called as holoenzyme.
Holoenzyme.
Is this concept clear? Earlier, you studied that in conjugated protein, the extra factor that you add is called as what group?
Protein group. I mean, non-protein group.
What was that called? There was a name.
Inorganic. Inorganic.
There was a name that starts with P. Prosthetic group.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The word prosthetic group.
That was in proteins, no.
Mm.
But here it can
In
be,
enzymes.
yeah, it can be a non-protein part or it can be an organic part also.
Mm.
Okay, so cofactor can be classified into two types, organic and inorganic.
Mm.
Okay, in the case of enzyme, the enzyme part is called as
In
apoenzyme.
enzyme, the protein part is apoenzyme, non-protein is cofactor, and then cofactor is organic and inorganic.
Yes, it can be organic or inorganic. Okay, so yes, I told you, like apoenzyme is inactive. Only when the cofactor binds with it, it will become active.
It becomes active.
Okay. Yes. So the cofactor is basically, as I said, holoenzyme is apoenzyme plus cofactor. Remember
So the
this.
enzymes are basically inactive without the cofactor.
Only conjugated enzymes, not simple enzymes.
Hmm.
So conjugated enzymes can work only if the cofactor is there.
Hmm.
Okay. And also what you need to remember is this was asked in 2017. What they did is apoenzyme is equal to what plus what, like that they asked. Okay. So please don't get confused. Holo means on a whole. The entire enzyme along with its cofactor is called as holoenzyme.
Apoenzyme is just the protein part of the enzyme.
Protein part, yes.
Protein part of the conjugated enzyme.
Yes. Now, as I said, cofactor can be either inorganic or organic.
Organic.
If they are inorganic, it is metal ions. If they are organic, they are coenzymes.
Coenzymes.
Is
Organic means coenzymes, inorganic metal ions.
Yes. So, for example, a zinc that binds with carbonic anhydrase enzyme. Okay, that's a metal ion. Okay, and carbonic anhydrase, where did we see this enzyme? I'm asking you. We have seen this enzyme somewhere. Where is it? Think. I'll give you a clue. I think we learned it in breathing and exchange of gases.
Yeah.
When we learned chloride shift and all those things.
Does it help in exchange of gases? Help
in exchange of gas, actually transportation of gases, not exchange.
Oh, wait. Carbonic anhydrase. Wait, is it related to that carbonic acid?
So what happens?
Something gets converted to carbonic acid.
What gets converted?
Carbon dioxide.
Where does this happen? Where is this enzyme present in the blood? What like this? I taught you already.
Wait. It lungs, no, because it's a respiration.
No.
No,
You can get lucky, but not always.
no. It converts carbon dioxide to carbonic acid.
Hmm. But where? Where is this enzyme present?
Mm,
This was the main reason behind chloride shift.
it is present. Is it like in some organ or some cell?
I can't give you clues like this.
Okay. Four options I'll tell correctly. Like neat question.
Wait. No need. ஆணியே புடுங்க வேணாம். Okay.
Uh,
So basically,
stomach.
carbonic
Stomach.
anhydrase is present in the RBCs.
Oh,
Okay. So what happens is that the carbon dioxide from the blood plasma will move into the RBC.
obviously. And then carbon dioxide will get converted to
Yes. And
carbonic
then
acid.
carbonic acid in the presence of
The presence
carbon.
of carbonic anhydrase.
And then the carbonic acid will get converted to bicarbonates.
Bicarbonate ions.
Then bicarbonate ion will move to the blood plasma. So to maintain that, chloride will move into the RBC.
RBC. So it's called chloride shift.
Yes.
I got the correct this thing, but I didn't know where it was.
Yeah. So carbonic anhydrase is a conjugated enzyme.
Mm.
Its cofactor is a metal ion, which is zinc.
Mm.
Please remember this. This was asked in a question. That's why I'm repeating it again. Okay. Which is a metal ion which is there for carbonic anhydrase?
Zinc.
மறந்தனா imposition எழுதி வச்சிருவேன் பார்த்துக்கோ. Okay.
I will not forget this.
Yes. This is also important. Okay. So there is an enzyme called lactate dehydrogenase. Okay. And the metal ion, I mean the coenzyme that is attached to it is NADH.
Oh, yeah, nicotine amine dinucleotide.
Adenine dinucleotide.
Nucleotide hydrogen.
Okay. So if in the reaction where your lactate dehydrogenase is used, the coenzyme that is there is your NADH.
Mm.
Okay. This also was asked. So in the case of carbonic anhydrase, what is a cofactor? Is it organic or inorganic?
Carbonic anhydrase is inorganic zinc metal.
Yes. And in the case of your lactate
Oh,
dehydrogenase,
the lactate dehydrogenase is organic, that is NADH, nicotine adenine dinucleotide hydrogen.
yes. Okay. Good. And that is a coenzyme. Don't forget that.
Mm.
Okay. Sometimes some vitamins are also a part of the coenzymes.
Oh, vitamin B.
So NADH is a coenzyme, vitamin is a coenzyme.
Mm.
Then yes, there are some apart from this metal ions and coenzymes, there are also additional groups called as phosphatic groups.
We learned like that. Like,
Additional groups. We learned it with the proteins. Please don't get confused between that and enzymes. That's why I kept on telling you again and again. Okay. So apart from these two metal ions or coenzyme, there is one more group called as prosthetic group. Okay. So like what you can say is that these are tightly bound to the active site of your enzyme. So
active
even
site is where the cofactor and enzyme bind.
active site is where actually not the cofactor binds.
Sorry, it's
And
for protein.
substrate binds.
Substrate binds.
Epoenzyme. Okay. So now, yes. So we will have a question here. Yeah. Answer.
Apo enzyme is the protein part of conjugated enzyme.
Correct. Good. Okay. Now, so this is all about, yeah. So as I said, you have two substrates. Okay.
This I know. And endothermic is heat required, exothermic is heat released.
Yes, heat release.
Enthalpy is negative and graph. Yeah.
Yeah, these things I'm not going in detail. Okay. So why we are looking into this graph is to understand the graph of your once the enzyme action is there, there is an important graph in your textbook. Okay, always question is asked based on that also. Okay, so we need to learn that. Okay. Yes. So in the case of your enzymes, so enzyme
Mm.
will combine with substrate. It will
Mm.
form a temporary complex called as enzyme substrate complex.
And then enzyme product complex.
And then enzyme and product will split.
So enzyme will react with substrate from enzyme substrate complex, then enzyme product complex, and then product and substrate. The enzyme and subproduct will split.
Correct. Now, what will happen is, say a reaction is happening continuously. Okay.
Mm.
There are enzymes and there are substrates, but more substrates, less enzyme. So that time, what will happen is that there will be a saturation that arises. Okay. Why this saturation is because, like, if I have, say, for example, I'm just giving you a very vague example here. I have 10 substrates, okay, and I have only 5 enzymes.
Mm.
Okay, that means my 5 other substrates are going to be free, but all my 5 enzymes are completely occupied.
Mm.
So what will happen there? There will be like no more formation of products. Why? Because there is no enzyme that is free.
Mm. Only 5 will be used, and remaining 5 substrates will be like there.
We'll have to wait till this entire process gets over. Okay.
Hmm.
Once all the enzymes are occupied completely, we can say that they're completely saturated.
Hmm.
Okay. So that is a concept that you need to remember. Okay. What is this? Did you know?
What?
This is about lactose intolerance. So you have your
Oh
lactase
yeah.
inhibitionase. No, some
Hmm.
people don't have that enzyme. So at that time, they will have this problem, lactose intolerance.
Hmm.
They'll be allergic to milk products. Okay. So yes, what is this question answer?
Enzyme increases rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy.
What is activation energy?
Like the amount of energy required for the enzyme to be activated.
The initial energy for the reaction to start is called as
Ah,
activation energy.
that's what. But if you decrease that, you can easily start it and more number of substrates can bind with the enzymes.
Yeah. So this is the graph for it. This is the graph I said is very, very important. Okay.
Oh, this is in
So
textbook.
without enzyme, your activation energy is going to be high.
High, but with the enzyme, it will reduce
Low.
and much faster the products will be formed.
Yes. Okay. That is what this graph symbolizes.
Hmm.
Okay. So enzymes are basically going to reduce your activation energy.
Hmm.
Is that clear? Again, this was also asked. Okay.
Oh, the
Uh,
third one is also correct. Oh.
yes, the third one is also correct. Which of the following is false or you? Of course, now you know. Prosthetic
What?
groups are
Prosthetic group means it is non-proteins,
or it can be also an organic compound.
organic. So it's not proteins, no.
It is not a protein because the protein part will be called as epoenzyme. No.
Apo enzyme.
Yeah. And also your the prosthetic groups will be tightly bound to the enzyme. I told you, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
if you see your zinc is also a prosthetic group. Okay. So a prosthetic group can be a metal ion or it can be NADH also. Okay.
Hmm.
Is that clear? So
Yes.
you can generally say that both the cofactors are actually a prosthetic group only. But the only difference is that these prosthetic groups, unlike your this one, what is it called? Your cofactors, they are going to be tightly bound to the enzyme. That is the difference between cofactor and prosthetic group. Okay, is this clear? So if in the case of a conjugated enzyme, okay, if it has to get active, what has to bind?
To conjugated enzyme, if it has to, what, ma'am?
If the conjugated enzyme has
Hmm.
to become active, what has to
Hmm.
bind to it?
Substrate.
Conjugated enzyme. What has to bind to the apoenzyme?
Oh, this thing. What cofactor?
Correct. Yes.
Ah.
But the cofactor can bind or come out or do whatever. But prosthetic groups will be fixed.
Hmm.
They're tightly bound. That is the
Hmm.
difference. Okay. That's what I'm trying to make you understand here. Is this
But
clear?
all cofactors are prosthetic groups, no?
Yeah, you can say that way also.
Hmm.
Okay, not like again, not all necessary, some are. Okay. So, but the thing is that if the same zinc can move in and out, then it is a cofactor. If it is
Hmm.
always bound to the particular enzyme, then it is
Then it
prosthetic
is
group.
a prosthetic if it's fixed.
Another example, hemoglobin. The Fe that is there in the hemoglobin, it's actually a prosthetic group.
Prosthetic group.
Yeah, but hemoglobin is not an enzyme,
Yeah, it is a this
but
thing.
we call
Protein.
Fe as a prosthetic group because it always is attached to the hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
There are a lot of names that we study today. All that you need to do is remember them. There is
Ma'am, send
nothing.
this PPT. Next class, I'll remember.
Yeah, this I will send. Now I've sent you all the cells. Did you receive that?
Wait, ma'am, 1 second.
Uh,
Cell unit of life, oh yeah, 4 cells.
4 cell session is done. Now I will download cell cycle. Then I sent you breathing and exchange.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now the only thing is left out is cell cycle and your biomolecules. No, so I'll download both and I'll send it to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And get ready for a surprise test anytime for the cell unit. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. You were supposed to already prepare by looking into your.
Ma'am, now only I got PPT, so I'll write notes this weekend.
Okay. Right. Don't blame the PPT, da. This is not important. Your textbook is important. Adu padi no
Look, I'll read, but your PPT notes are very easier to quickly understand what's written in textbook.
But they are not very well detailed enough also. So, yeah, remember that. Okay. Anyway, so we'll meet on when
Ma'am, you
Saturday.
have to decide time. When?
Thursday, you didn't tell me the time.
Ma'am, Thursday, 2:30 to 3:30.
Okay.
I'll tell you, but tomorrow either 2:30 to 3:30 or 1 to 2:30.
Confirm it and let me know in the group. Okay. Okay then. Enjoy your Sunday. Bye bye. Sorry. Enjoy your holiday. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.